Hello and welcome to today's live. Basically, I took a few minutes to get on because I always struggle with technology and Facebook and things. But anyway, I'm here now and I would love to talk to you about some interesting questions that I've had about your energy levels and layers and how we are basically more than a physical being. So we are very aware of our physical layer, which is our third layer, which requires food to thrive, and it requires oxygen and water. But then we've also got other layers, and these are what we call subtle energy bodies. And basically this is our third layer, which corresponds with our third dimension, the reality that we live in right now. Then there's the fourth layer. Hey Renee. The fourth layer, which is, I'm glad you love this topic, our personal space layer. So for example, when you're in a congested area, you might find that your energy field is contracting, and because you don't want to be overexposed or having people come too close to you, so you become a little guarded, and that's your fourth layer. So we're aware of our personal space layer. Now the fifth layer is where we go into our templates, which is specifically what the client's question is. Christian, so basically the question is, how do we work with our template layer, and how does it correspond with the throat chakra? So again, there's going to be vast people listening to this right now, and I don't know what your basic understanding is. So I'm just going to go through a few basics. Hey Kristen, I'm glad you're here. Kristen's the one that asked these questions. So basically, we've got many layers, and for all intents and purposes, let's just talk about the main 12. And so we're aware that this is our physical layer, our third layer. We've discussed our fourth layer, which is the personal space layer. And then we have the template layer. Now the templates are literally like a mesh layer, which mesh or a grid-like rope system that surrounds our energy field. And again, our energy field's always expanding and contracting. It contracts when we're not comfortable in a situation, and it expands, for example, when we're making love. Our energy fields unite with the other person. And so our templates are basically in charge of our destiny line. So if our template layer has been damaged, and it's usually damaged due to trauma, it could be a car accident, it could be birth, like if you're a forceps baby or a suction baby. These things can alter your template layer, and we come off our destiny path ever so slightly, but we can always go back onto it. We just need to make that shift through clearing our energy field. Now you can get your energy field cleared through professionals like myself that have trained and qualified in that, but you can also do it yourself. Remember, we can heal ourselves. We're born to heal ourselves. We're not meant to be reliant on other people. And the biggest thing for healing your layers, your template layer and all the others, is literally through your main chakra. Now your main chakra is your heart. So this is your heart center. This is the band basically that goes across the chest and across the upper back up to the shoulders. So this whole area is where your inner essence resides, the inner you. And this is the aspect of you that will go on living, if you believe that, once our physical shell has died. So if you really want to deeply heal and purify and rebalance and get back on your destiny path and receive all the gifts and wonders that you were meant to receive here on earth, then it's about opening your heart chakra first. And again, Christian, I'm going to get to your question, your specific question in a minute. I just need to run through a couple of basics. So in the illustration about today's session, I had an illustration made which showed the torus, which is the way the energy flows around the body. So energy comes up through the central channel, out through the right side, then up through the central channel through the right side again, and then it goes the same on the left side. So you can see that shape. And I'll post another picture after this, after I've had this chat with you guys, this live chat, so that you can see the picture of the torus. And that's the way the energy flows through the body. And then you can see that grid-like mesh system as well, which is the shape of the torus, but that's also representative in our fifth layer. And in addition to that, we've got the chakras. So the chakras are the main energy points. So this, again, there's more than 7. We were told that there were 7 because there were just 7. And then from the year 2000, a new chakra and a new dimension came down for us to access up until 2012. So now we've actually got a number of layers and dimensions that we can go through and access. And hi, Michelle, thanks for joining. So when we access these, they give us more guidance in our life, and they allow us to be more expansive. And this is important for fertility. It's important for abundance. They're the same resonance. They're the same thing. It's when you're in thrive mode. So you're creating. You're either creating joy or a baby, which is what was bringing you joy, and you're bringing to manifest things that create more joy, basically. So when we're looking at the chakra system, I'm just going to restrict it to 12, just to make it simple. We've got the base chakra, which is colored. In fact, no, I'm going to go deeper. Deeper than the base chakra, we've got our Earth Star chakra. This is colored mulberry. It's 9 inches beneath the feet, and this grounds us a lot more than our base chakra. And if this is a whole new language for you, let me just reiterate. So if we're going to be grounded, basically we're allowing life force energy to flow through us, because we are like walking 5-pointed stars. Energy comes through the palms of our hands, the crown, soles of our feet, and into the heart band, into the core and into the heart. And what we want to be doing is be these expansive beings of light and love that just create and manifest. And we can do that, but there's different aspects of us that limit that, which is part of the brain, part of the ego, to keep us small, and we forget that we have all these superpowers. But bringing us back to today's topic, where we have access to this amazing energy, universal energy from Father Sky flowing down through the crown, and that energy coming up through the soles of the feet, up through the perineum from Mother Earth, helping us to procreate, helping us to create all the things that bring us joy and to be a magnet for joy to flow through us. It's therefore important that we are grounded, because this energy is like energy. It's like lightning. When lightning comes down to earth, it needs to ground, it needs to earth. Now, if we're bringing higher energies down and we're not grounded, we're going to feel sick, a little nauseous, uncomfortable. We're going to be overheating, sweating. So what we want to do is have a good grounding, have a good base. So we start 9 inches beneath the soles of the feet. And all we have to do is visualize golden balls of energy sparking off to really open up our grounding, to open up our connection to Mother Earth. And this is also important when you're trying to conceive, because we're wanting to utilize Mother Earth's energy, her life-giving force energy. From mother to mother, you want to draw like roots up through your physical body to nourish your physical body through Mother Earth's energy. So working with the color mulberry, we then bring it up through the soles of the feet. When we reach the soles of the feet, the color changes to red, and traveling up all of our veins, and it's all energetic though. We're bringing the color red all the way up to the perineum and base of the spine. And this leads us from the base chakra or the first chakra to the second chakra. Now, again, I'm going to be mentioning the 7 main chakras, because that's what most people are familiar with. And then we'll go up into the 8th at the very end. So the main 7 is starting with the red, soles of the feet up to the base of the spine, to the perineum. And this is also very good for grounding, keeping us focused, keeping us in the here and the now. And if you find that time is slipping by, for example, time's getting faster and faster, it means you're not grounded. Or if you can't seem to focus, then you're not grounded. If your head's in the clouds a little bit, you're not grounded. So you want to focus on the color red, work with the color red, and work with Mother Earth's energies. Yoga helps to ground you. So that's something to, and also, walking out in nature is very grounding. Then we want to go into the sacral chakra, which is colored orange, running from hip to hip. And the energy moves out from the body now, in and out from the lower abdomen. And this is out of the survival mode, out of the earth element, which is what the red was, the base chakra, And now we're into the water element. And this is about going with the flow of life. So if you want to receive abundance and you want to receive joy and you want to be fertile, you really want to activate this orange chakra. So just thinking of the color orange, picking orange flowers, wearing orange clothes, lighting an orange candle, all these things add up. And then also working with things like joy and spontaneity, dance, all these things can help trigger what you're doing. I've just seen that Tabita's joined. Hi Tabita, welcome. So basically we want to be allowing ourselves to go with the flow of life. So we're spontaneous, we're doing things that are fun, bringing us joy. Dancing's great. Belly dancing's brilliant for fertility, for example. Anything that's getting you that free state of movement and helping to pull your mindset out of survival mode and into we need to be able to thrive. Okay, so coming out of the orange and into the solar plexus, which is colored yellow. Now, this is a very bright, like the sun, form of energy, and it's the fire element. So this is connecting to your warrior spirit, your self-confidence. This is igniting your passion for life. It's igniting your passion for your sex life as well. It's helping you to really take control and to believe, I am worthy of being a mum. This is my time now. I am fertile, or choosing divine timing whenever baby's ready, but just being an open vessel and knowing that you will be a mum in divine timing. So we're wanting to connect to that. So again, it's fire in the belly, and air fuels fire. So we want to be doing things that bring more air and heat into the body. So again, yoga is brilliant for that. Not hot yoga. We want to be creating the heat into our bodies with yoga movements that are not from a synthetically heated environment. So once we've got the solar plexus sorted, so we can do that through yoga, through doing things that remind us mentally in the morning, working with our hour of power, putting us in that positive mindset of, I can do it, I'm an achiever, getting you in that zone. Then we take it to the next level, which is the heart. And this is what I was saying in the beginning. The heart is the main chakra. And to understand something, we need to understand its opposites. We need to understand all the different components. And that's why we've broken the chakras up into different spectrums. But actually, the main chakra is just the heart. Now, the heart is unique in itself because it's green at the base and pink at the top. Green stands for the feminine healing from Mother Earth, and pink is the masculine. Yes, it is the masculine. It was apparently Queen Victoria that flipped the colors, by the way, and made blue for boys and pink for girls, but actually pink is a boy's color, the masculine color. So it's that pink vibration of unconditional love and compassion. So we've got these properties in our heart band, and it's so powerful to visualize the heart like a rose coming into bloom and just opening and softening. And particularly if you're trying to become a mum, if you're trying to conceive and hold the pregnancies, we need to connect the heart band to the womb so that your baby feels everything that you feel and think, and basically this energy is what is going to help your baby thrive. I mean, and unfortunately, there's been lots of tests, obviously through World War II, you might have heard of them, where they did tests on babies, and if the babies don't receive love, they don't survive. So we need to saturate your womb with that powerful love vibration. And this love can only be given if you love yourself. So we've got to allow unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness for yourself to occur, and then unconditional love, compassion, and forgiveness for others in your life. Because if we don't love ourselves enough, we can't love our babies enough. So it's important that you take this time for you to really nurture yourself and take the steps that resemble to you, that you actually do love yourself, and you can put yourself first without being selfish. And this is really important. The other aspect of the heart is that you open and soften the heart. So you are no longer afraid of being vulnerable. You let people see that your heart is open, your heart is soft, that you're precious, just like a rose. And allow this rose to come into bloom every single night when you go to bed. This is a really powerful practice. So as you go to sleep, tell yourself, I love you, I love you, I love you. And tuck yourself in a little bit. And then see that the heart is opening like a rose, coming into bloom. Bring the heart energy up to the face and then lower the heart energy down to the womb, so that we've got this love vibration, very, very powerful, which is just going to soften you as a person. Now, on the online course, which I've got, I go into a lot of detail about the different types of love, loving in a relationship, how to see it, because sometimes we receive it from our partner, but we speak a different love language and we don't actually appreciate that they do love and support us. We just see it from our perspective only. So have a look at that if you haven't read it already. And I also talk about who is pressing your buttons, because this is a really good reminder. If your buttons are being pressed by different people, then it's showing you that you're hardening. We need to keep you soft and open, because we hear so many times, for example, of IVF clinics trying to do embryo transfer, and they're saying everything's so tight, the person is so uptight, or they're so stressed and they're wanting this procedure to work, but nothing's going to implant because the body's too tense. And our body, every single cell in our body feels how we feel. And we know this is true because babies feel how the mum feels. So if we can put you in that state of openness, softness, and the true feminine energy is a state of openness and softness where everything flows to you without effort. The yang, the masculine energy, is about go get, go get, go get, climbing up the mountain, conquering, achieving, striving. And that's the masculine energy. What we want to do is get you in the feminine energy, still achieving what you want to achieve in life, but allowing yourself to be a magnet for it to be drawn to you without the additional effort. So working with the colors, green for healing, and then the colors pink for compassion and love. This is going to help hold excess joy in the heart, and joy is the highest resonance. Practicing the opening and softening every time you go to sleep at night, and just not reacting to things. Trying to just pause before you react, because it's our ego, not our heart, which is the opposite end of the spectrum, that gets offended. And that's what I mean about people pressing your buttons. So if you're getting offended, if you're getting worked up, it's just your ego, it's not your heart. Get back into your heart, open and soften your heart, and then you'll be able to really detoxify the body on a deep cellular level, because our energy bodies deeply affect our mental and our emotional and our physical aspects. So we want to be able to be healthy and thriving on all these areas. All these areas have to be in a state of harmony. And when we're in a state of harmony, because that's how the universe works, we're all energy and everything moves in harmonics. So harmony is key. Harmony and the highest resonance is joy. If we can access these, then we're going to be fertile. We're going to be able to hold the pregnancies. And again, we're matching our baby's vibration when we're in a state of love and harmony and joy, because this is all our babies in its spirit form knows right now, and that's all it can relate to. So it really is important that you start looking at what's happening in your life, what's being reflected back to you, when are you closing your heart, how to keep it open, and if you just do that little ritual at nighttime, it makes a huge difference. Then we go into the thymus gland area, which is the thymus gland chakra, colored turquoise, my favorite color. It's the color of Mother Earth. And this only activates when your heart and your solar plexus and your throat are all open and balanced. So the next is the throat chakra, which used to be colored turquoise when we only had the 7 main chakras, but now there are many, many more, and this is now colored ice light blue. And the throat chakra is responsible for communication, for being a good listener and speaker, and it's so important for humans to feel seen and heard. And when you're feeling seen and heard, you can't be arguing. And when you're feeling seen and heard, you're in your heart space. So it all ties in. Then we move up to the third eye chakra, which is colored indigo, the color of the night sky. And this is the powerful chakra that helps you to connect to your baby, to communicate with your baby's spirit before your baby incarnates, and also when your baby's in utero and when your baby's born. And also, on that note, you have the same energy field as your baby does for the first 2 years of its life. So you really can communicate with your baby. It's about bringing your baby's head within 30 centimeters of yours, so it's the same limbic resonance, and you can communicate that way. You've got your natural gifts and talents of intuition, which are so heightened during pregnancy and then also through the first 2 years of your baby's life when you're sharing the same energy field. So fun, so exciting. And then we've got the crown chakra, which connects you to your ancestors, your guides, to source energy, to God and your higher self. And this is represented by the color purple. It's represented by a 1,000-petaled lotus flower. Some people see the color gold and some white. These are very advanced, so it doesn't matter if you can't see any colors. It's just having the intention of the color and working with the resonance of that color, because everything has a resonance, everything has an energy, and everything is healing. It's about the intention behind it and how it can help heal us. So many topics I can talk about, but they can be for another day. So then I'm just going to go up to the 8th chakra for now, and this is the color of pearl. It's a sort of pinky purpley pearl, and this is the resonance of Kuan Yin. Now, this is not a religious thing, but basically Kuan Yin is an ascended master, and she is level with Buddha, etc. She is the goddess in Southeast Asia that you'll see everywhere. She's standing on lotus flowers, or on a dragon, and she is the goddess of abundance and the goddess of fertility, and she's here to help you thrive. She's ready to support you. And the thing is, like the ascended masters and all the angels, and yes, the Catholic Church talks about angels, yet it's so funny that so many of my Christian clients find it difficult to embrace this. But I know that there is no religious denomination here. It's just giving you some information, because I'd love for you all to thrive. And they say that angels and ascended masters are the biggest untapped resource known to man, and they are here. The thing is, we just have to ask, and we have to ask daily. So for example, trying to conceive, you want to say angels, guides, ancestors, Kuan Yin, anyone, everyone from light and love. I call upon you to help me to have this baby in 2018, to have a happy, healthy pregnancy and a happy, healthy baby. I don't know what you need to do. Just help me, line me up with the right people, the right experiences, help me to open my heart. And then let the angels protect you. Let the angels be with you. Let the angels work their magic, because that's what they're here to do. They're here to serve you. Now, let's talk about your energy field again. We need to protect the energy field. We can't just go around with big open chakras, and what happens is you can actually draw to you negative experiences, because people can either unconsciously think that you are part of the light, or they could flare up from the darkness and scare you. And I've heard of many crazy stories after, for example, classes where people and get a train home and they have a horrendous, especially before getting on public transport and getting into supermarkets, etc. I want you to create an energy bubble. I've just been told I've got bad connection. I hope that we're still here and still live. So basically, I'm just pausing. Yeah, there, I just had to pause because we were reconnecting. So this energy bubble of protection is really simple. Just extend the energy from your abdomen 2 meters in front of you, behind you, above you, and beneath you. Then connect these end points so you have a bubble of protection around you. Now I want you to disconnect from energy cordings and codings that are limiting you, that are holding you back, that are preventing you emotionally or mentally from achieving the things that you're trying to achieve in your life, be it a healthy pregnancy or holding your baby, whatever it may be, or any kinds of abundance that you're seeking. And you just disconnect and you ask, you might want to ask, you don't have to, Archangel Michael to disconnect these cordings and codings so that you can be the best version of you. You don't have to be limited in your beliefs anymore and therefore create a limited life. Now he works with the color cobalt blue, and this is the same color as as your spirit. Sorry, I just realized the time. So it's the same color as your spirit. So we've got a spirit aspect, and our spirit knows no boundaries. Our spirit is here to have fun and to expand and explore. And then there's the soul, and the soul is a golden color, and the soul holds all of our memories and our wisdom. So we've got the union of the two. Now let's go back to Kristen's original question, and she was asking about the template layers and how it really corresponds with the throat. So the templates, as I discussed earlier, if they're out of balance, or we get some kind of trauma in our life, which is quite easy, emotional trauma, physical trauma, we can be knocked off. Our templates can be just not destroyed, they could be dented or distorted. And what we can do by opening our heart and having the intention to fix them, we can fix them. We can clear the trauma and therefore allow the templates to go back. Or again, contact an energy field healer that can do it for you. You can do it with crystals. You can do it with assemblage point realignment, and that's something I can talk about with you later. There's a number of aspects that you can do, but the intention really, even in meditation, is that you want to realign yourself, realign your template layers. Now, it corresponds with the throat. The throat chakra, again, is about being seen and heard, which is about connecting to your deeper essence. It's about you connecting to your being. Now, your being state is your natural state. And this is the state that babies are in for the first couple of years when they're born. When they really look into your soul and they're really connected. That's us. We've just now got so many filters and layers that we've put on top of ourselves. But what we can do is we can release from these layers and access our being. And in fact, we access our being every night when we go to sleep. We're just so used to disconnecting from the physical and then falling straight asleep. But what we can do is to help realign our templates and therefore get the most out of our life and be back on our destiny path and to be in that thrive mode, where we enter our being where we see others and we hear others, and we are in a state where we're able to be seen and heard ourselves. And that can only happen in your being state when you're in the depth of your heart, out of the ego, out of... When I say the ego is the drama aspect of you, the aspect of you that loves drama, loves to pull you down, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. It gets offended easily. It's ready for a fight. It's ready to react. It comes in the guise of, oh, that's not fair. I need to sort that out myself. Whereas the heart and the being, the true aspect of you, doesn't get offended. The true aspect of you, your being state, has 100% unconditional love and compassion and forgiveness. So therefore, if you're vibrating with those frequencies, you can never get angry with someone. And what might be really helpful for you is imagining that it's your future baby that you're speaking to when you're speaking to these people. So would you speak to your baby in a certain tone? So for example, if you're having a conversation with someone and someone annoys you, if that conversation was with your future baby, it just, the thought of it opens your heart, doesn't it? And you go, oh, I wouldn't speak to them like that. I mean, they wouldn't understand, and I'll just speak to them in a way that they could understand. And you're just coming from a pure state of love and vibrancy. And that's how, if we're going to be communicating with other people day in, day out, then we know that we're resonating with our being state, and therefore helping, when we're in our being state in the depths of our hearts, helping to purify and detoxify ourselves physically, mentally, and emotionally. It's incredibly powerful. So I hope that I've answered your question, Kristen. I hope that I've got some comments. So for half an hour. So I'm going to wrap it up now, but do send me some questions. Energy bodies, these layers of ourselves that we have, they influence I just lost connection. They influence our emotional state. So basically you can see that when we are aligned on a spiritual level, we're also aligned on a mental and emotional and therefore physical. So it's about really embracing these rainbow chakras. It's about opening the heart and allowing balance and harmony. Okay, we're back. Really bad signal, I don't know why. So basically, I was just saying it helps us to hold the pregnancy because we're filtering these powerful energies, these life-giving force energies in the womb, and this is your baby's future home. So when the womb is nourished with these powerful emotions, then your baby will be nourished. So I'm here to answer any kind of question that you have. Would love to talk more. And next time I'm going to have better connection. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And thank you for tuning in. Really great to see you. Thank you for all the love hearts and the likes. And I'll speak to you later. Bye.